everything else sits on the other side of my house till I'm like ready to give it away. But that has been instrumental in getting me dressed and ready for the day and feeling confident and not feeling decision fatigue, feeling overwhelmed that I have too many things and can't make a decision when I have there's so many decisions. What's for breakfast? And everyone needs everything, right? So it's the one thing that's become really easy and has helped my confidence big time.
I love that.
Yeah. So next thing I would say that has been huge for me is getting help with laundry. So when we became an official family of 5, I kind of freaked out about how much laundry it
I
takes.
can't even imagine. I can't even. There's 3 of us, and it's constant. It's just laundry is like a constant thing. I feel like that should be the only thing that they teach you at school is that laundry will never go away, and you should just accept it now.
Right.
And all through your life, you're just gonna figure out when to do laundry and what's for dinner, and those are the only answers you have.
Those are the things. I have tips for that too. So for laundry, one thing that I really realized is that I don't need to do all the laundry myself. What was happening is I was letting it stack up for like a week or 2 weeks, and then I was doing a massive load that took like all of my time and energy, and I just like needed a nap afterwards and was so angry spending a whole day folding laundry and doing laundry when I could be spending time with my kids. Like, this isn't what it's supposed to be about. So I found an app for that. It's called Sunshare. There are tons of different apps, so if you don't have that one available in your community, there's different ones you can find. But Sunshare will come and pick up your laundry. I literally stick it out in big contractor bags. It's $1 per pound, which FYI is very worth it. I was averaging, when we were a family of 4 and I was pregnant with a third, we were averaging maybe like 60 pounds every 2 weeks, which isn't that bad. $60 every 2 weeks to do your laundry.
But it's worth the 2 days that you're getting from it instead of folding
the time you're getting.
Yeah.
The goal of simplifying, like for me, the goal of simplifying my life and my time is so that I can give that time back to my family in quality ways, right? Because being strung out and stressed out and feeling overwhelmed and underappreciated, that's not helpful for my family, right? So if there's things that I can, $60 here. Another thing I will tell you that has also helped. So now I don't use Sunshare anymore. Still love them. They would follow all your instructions. Like, babies need to be hypoallergenic. Like, my husband's shirts need to be hung up. Here's some hangers. It was incredible.
You're also saving money. I was thinking price-wise, if you're doing that, you're also saving money on the detergent, on the water, and the energy that it takes to run it. So it kind of...
Yeah. And especially for times we're feeling overwhelmed, like, give yourself permission to let go of something. Now I'm in kind of a quick routine where I do laundry once a day. And I found that has helped me because it's so much less folding and it feels very quick to me. So my tip there is I have this clock. I actually use it for my kids. So it's called the Time Timer. I actually brought it. So you can see, this is what a time timer looks like. It's a super visual clock, right?
Okay, yeah.
So this helps like my son and my daughter. It'll help them know when I'm like, we have 5 minutes left to do this, or we have to leave for school in 10 minutes. It gives them an idea of like what 10 minutes or 5 minutes actually looks like, because they're 2, they're 4, No one knows what 5 minutes, like how fast do I need to actually...
I'm 30 and I constantly say 5 minutes, which to me is actually 25 minutes. But I'm like, I can do this fast, but my ADHD brain is like, I just need to get water. In the meantime, I'm like, let me cook pasta and make meal and do laundry. And then it ends up being 25, 45 minutes. And so 2 or 30, anyone can use a good clock to remind them what a 10-minute look like.
Well, so this is what I started doing is with my laundry. I once timed myself, just like on my iPhone, of like, let me fold my daily laundry, because I do it every day now. It's like clockwork for me. And it took me, I think it was 7 minutes to fold all the laundry, put it away in every kid's room, put it away in my room, hang up stuff for my husband. It took me 7 minutes. And I realized 7 minutes, and how many minutes do I spend a day being like, oh, laundry, oh, I gotta fold laundry, I have to do laundry, oh my God, I better remember to do. You spend so much energy for something that takes you 7 minutes. So now that I know it takes me 7 minutes, every day I'll set my clock for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, try to beat the clock and make it kind of fun, gamify it a little bit. So that's helped with laundry. That also helps in the morning. So in the morning it's really common to do like a 15 or 25 minute timer for myself. And I just run around and like straighten up, wipe counters down, do like everything I can in 15, 20 minutes. And my theory is if it doesn't get done that day, it'll get done the next day. I took the time, and
Yeah.
when you really do 15-20 minutes, you're like, man, I can get a lot done. I can wipe down, kitchen counters, bathroom counters, spray some mirrors, make the beds. It's really easy when you really imagine and visualize this is how much time I actually have to do stuff. So the timer's been huge in terms of cleaning and laundry folding, but definitely recommend a laundry service if you have one in your area. Another thing that is huge for me is meal planning. So I'm somewhat of I like to call myself like a personal chef. It's not that serious. It's like, just for my family of 5, but I share a lot on Instagram. I love to cook and I love to take pictures of my meals. And so I just always had a way of doing things. I was eating, I was finding my recipes on Pinterest. I was eating on Weight Watchers diet. My son is allergic to egg. And so it became like recipes. Okay, make a list, go through the items for Weight Watchers points values, go through the items to see what has egg, to see what doesn't, to see if there's a replacement. It became this long and involved process. And when I was talking with my therapist and saying, I'm enjoying simplifying my life, like someone just does my laundry. Like, what a nice thing to give up. It's just weight off your shoulders. And so meal planning was one of the things that I didn't touch because I figured I meal plan all of the time. And even though it's super time consuming for me, it's not broken. I know what I'm doing. I'm in the same rhythm. I'm in the same routine.
Yeah.
And so finally, through another course that I was in, I said, let me really work on simplifying something that just is time consuming. It's not that I don't know how to do it. It's just a time consuming thing. And so that's what I did. So I found an app that works for me. There's tons of different apps, but I really recommend, even if people think they have the meal prep game figured out, just to see what's available, because I was so shocked. There's an app called Plan to Eat. Nothing short of life-changing for me. What you do, it's an empty database, so it's a computer version and a phone version, and you can upload all of your recipes, anything on Pinterest, and it pulls in just the ingredients in the recipe. So if it's like a whole blog of like, this one time I had a chicken and I didn't like it. Yeah, straight to the point, straight to the recipe, right? So it pulls that information in. Then you can go into your database. You can totally meal plan. It's a beautiful calendar where you just click and drag. This will be my dinner, breakfast, lunch. Then the best part is you can select that time frame and click shop. And you type in your zip code. It does Instacart, Walmart delivery, so many. And it will upload your cart with all of the ingredients.
Wow.
What I do, it's amazing. It's amazing. I do Instacart with it. I print out the list and then I run to my kitchen and I have the hard copy list and I just check off anything I already have, go back to my computer, I delete it from the list and just send the order. And so I am now planning like menus for like a whole month instead of just, I was doing like each week. Now I'm like, let me do a menu for the whole month. And then what I'll do is Friday, I take my time timer and I set it up and I say, this shouldn't take me any longer than 30 minutes. It shouldn't take me any longer than 30 minutes to select everything for the week, click shop, go through what I already have, cross off what I don't, and submit the order. I add some extras. You can add things always. So for me, that's huge. It builds your whole Instacart. You can swap out replacements and things like that, but that was huge for me. There's some other meal prep services. One's called Prep Dish that's really great. It's for people who have like all day to, do a meal prepping session. I don't pick one day. I'm like throughout the day, I'm like randomly, like you, right? Stirring the pasta water. I'm randomly like chopping an onion at 8 a.m. and like changing a diaper later.
If you've got 10 seconds, you got to use it. If you've got 15 seconds, you got to utilize it all.
You got to do what you can.
I love the idea of running it almost like a restaurant, because a restaurant, the chef will put out, okay, here's my menu, and then somebody else makes sure that you have the ingredients and everything's kind of clean and ready for you to go, so then you can utilize your time at your best ability, which would be being with the family and cooking. And so it's kind of putting it, I love the whole idea of kind of making motherhood as a business. So you show up, you get dressed, this is your own time, you get your own breaks, this is all scheduled and planned out. And I think something that is helpful is, getting dressed. If we stay in pajamas, we just feel like it's casual Friday every day and everything's kind of okay and we kind of feel lazy. But if we dress up and we see it as a job, we take it seriously, we say, okay, how can I get better at this? How can I do this better? How can I be more efficient? How can I provide more? It becomes more of a goal and a set intention where you're like, I'm not just waking up waiting for the day to be over. I'm waking up with a mission, with a reason.
Yeah. there are some days where it becomes such a challenge to kind of get through, and I love the idea of running it like a business, because a lot of the ways that I've simplified are things that I've taken from business. So another tech tip of mine is task management. So I used to use any.do. It's just a list on your iPhone or desktop,
Oh,
and you can just create task lists for yourself. And I just kind of had this long running task list, and I love checking stuff off. I'm super type A, so I
yeah.
like lists and check things off. What I found to really upgrade after now having, right, family of five, is I now use a free version of Monday.com. And Monday.com is a planning task management software, if you will, desktop and phone. And you create different boards, very similar to like Pinterest. So like I have a board for every kid, every room of the house, every business my husband and I own, each of our cars. Like I have a board for everything. And you can go ahead and schedule tasks. And what I love about Monday.com is you can schedule recurring tasks. So
Oh,
even when I get behind on like inputting, I need to do this at the doctor's office, or when I get behind on that, there are things that when I go check, it's automatically updated because I've set recurring things. So like, you know, every week wash the kids' sheets, or every 6 months to go through the kids' clothes and take out stuff. So even when I'm feeling behind and like I can't even fathom putting a task list together, I can just go on there and it's like this is all you got to handle, and it's so nice because setting up that recurring stuff was huge for me with Monday.com.
that's so helpful. I think one of the biggest things